What are we thinking about when we're crafting walking bass lines? We want to think about the type of motion, so stepping, skipping, or leaping. And also the direction of motion, so up or down, or repeating. Are we reusing notes or not? If so, are we repeating them directly? Or returning to them after moving away? Are we repeating them in the same octave or in a different octave? We want to think about whether we're playing diatonically in the harmony or chromatically out of the harmony. If we're playing diatonically, are we using strong chord tones, usually 1-3-5, 1-3-5-7, or 1-3-5-6? Or are we using extensions from the scale like 9, 11, and 13? If we're including some chromatic notes, are our diatonic notes on strong beats, 1 and 3? Or weak beats, 2 and 4? What about our chromatic notes? What about our strong chord tones versus our extensions? In other words, are we highlighting strong chord tones by placing them on strong beats? Or are we highlighting tension tones or extensions by placing them on strong beats instead? And then for each of those notes, how do we follow them? Each choice has an effect on how our bass line sounds. We also want to think about our target note. What is our target note, and how are we approaching that target note? Are we approaching it from below? Or from above? Or from the same note? We usually try to avoid playing the target note directly before its appointed position, so as to avoid giving it away too early, but sometimes it's okay to throw in a little direct repetition from one bar to the next, especially if you can integrate it into a cohesive idea that you repeat and carry throughout the chord progression. Or if we don't want direct repetition, can we use the target note a little earlier in the bar so we have some buffer? When we approach our target note, are we approaching it directly? Or are we wandering a bit, incorporating one or more changes of direction? Are we overshooting the note, which would necessitate at least one direction shift? Or are we using it as a boundary on one end of our line? We want to think about whether we're playing linearly, arpeggiating, playing some sort of pattern, or mixing and matching. If we're playing a pattern, are there any variations in that pattern? And what are they? How would you describe the overall motion of your bass line? Is it moving up? Or moving down? Is it staying in the same area by switching directions? You want to be thinking a few bars ahead and making decisions regarding the direction of your next notes based on where you want to be down the line, so that you don't end up drifting too high or too low unintentionally. If there's motion in your line, where does each type of motion occur? If there's a mix of motion and repetition, is most of the motion at the beginning or the end? A more general way to think about this, apart from just direction and repetition, is how are we distributing our ideas throughout our lines? Are we doing one thing at the beginning of the line and one thing at the end? Or one thing at the beginning, one thing in the middle, and then the first thing again at the end. Or maybe three different things altogether. What type of rhythms are we using? Mostly on the beat, or some upbeats and syncopations as well? Are we using fills, or mostly playing a clean walking line? So those are a few things to think about when you're crafting your walking bass lines. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.